Everybody, Chris here. Is it time to send Dogecoin higher? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And we start today with Dogecoin over 7 cents. We did move up over 7 cents last night, and Dogecoin has been trading yet above, but we're still attracted to this line, this red line here, and we will talk about that in just a little bit. Bitcoin is at 63.5. Yes, Bitcoin had been hovering right around its own red line at 63, now up to 63.5. But we zoom out on the Bitcoin chart and we look at the daily and we see that Dogecoin has basically been going sideways here since June. So it has been the summer of blah. It has been up and down and up and down and up and down and basically sideways trading for the past couple months. And that's what we've seen. Is 57,495 the low? Is it the low of this cycle for Bitcoin? And Bitcoin will not revisit this, or will Bitcoin go lower first, have one big capitulation to end the bear market before moving higher? All of that and more today on this video. We start with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin gaining. XRP dips as crypto remains in fear. Analyst says Bitcoin in end stage of bear market. We'll look at that as well as Dogecoin and the signs that Dogecoin has for moving forward. But we do take a look at XRP hovering right around $1, and it has been dropping below, and there it is live right there, back below $1 for XRP. There's just no movement back up in XRP at all. A lot of negativity here and not much movement with XRP. This week ahead, as I'm recording this on Monday morning, Tuesday we've got housing starts, pending home sales in the United States. Wednesday we've got the FOMC Fed meeting minutes, which Tom Crown will probably be covering just what the minutes say, and are they more hawkish than what Fed Chair Warsh sounded like during last month's FOMC. Wednesday, there's also some kind of big crypto meeting at the White House, and I'm like, the Congress is on recess, and like nothing's happening until mid-September on Clarity Act and all of that. So any discussions, I believe, that go on at the White House, it's just a big nothing burger. But apparently there's going to be some meeting. I see a lot of these guys on X, Twitter, just talking about big crypto meeting. This is going to be bullish for the markets, and I'm just like, no, it's not. It's not. Thursday, we've got manufacturing index. Friday, S&P Global Services Manufacturing PMI data. And I'm just like, it's just not much this week. Of course, the housing is probably going to be bad tomorrow, those numbers, because we're in the middle of the summer and mortgage rates are still high, and there's a lot more sellers than buyers. And so housing prices are coming down. We all know that's going on, but these will probably not be great numbers. What's going on with the S&P 500 and the stock market? There's still a lot of people talking about a big pullback in stocks coming. The bull traps that have happened, but of course they always had a reason. Right? This one in early 2025 that we had there, that was the tariffs and fear of tariffs that happened here. It doesn't do that because the chart says, oh, it's time to pull back, right? There's usually a reason for it. Right now, yes, stocks are up. Got it. The economic indicators aren't the best, but they're not bad. And of course, as I've said, Trump just does whatever he can to keep the stock market up at least until the midterms in early November. So yeah, maybe by mid-November we might have some kind of pullback, but Trump's going to do whatever he can to keep the stock market going up because that's what he believes in. He believes in the stock market. He doesn't care about crypto, guys. You know that. He doesn't care about crypto. It's all about the stock market. So Michael Saylor posted again about MicroStrategy. And did they buy any Bitcoin last week? Nope. Did they sell any Bitcoin? No. Did they buy or sell any MicroStrategy shares? Nope. This was all about Stretch. Repurchasing Stretch shares, trying to get this stock back up to the $100 so-called peg. And it's not. It's below 95 still. And it's not getting there anytime soon. I think the move that Stretch had to get to 95 last week was probably because Strategy was buying $132 million of Stretch shares. If you guys have Stretch and you're enjoying the dividends, awesome, great. Personally, I think Dogecoin is going to far outgain anything you can do with Stretch. But in the meantime, if you want to enjoy a little Stretch and a little dividends and stuff, it's good. In this summer, the bear market in crypto, probably a good strategy, right? Good strategy. Meanwhile, Monday is starting on a positive note with Bitcoin. And our friend LJ here has got Fibonacci retracements on Bitcoin up at 64,000 and 64,366, the 0.5 and the 0.618 on his Fib lines if Bitcoin gets a bid. But for Bitcoin to get up to 64,000 would be quite a move right now. Again, we had this little one here this morning, and it seems to be fading a little bit as Bitcoin is at 63.5. Just kind of, I mean, green on the day, that's good. But on the hourly, it looks like that move over last night here is just kind of fizzling out, and we're going to be going sideways a bit. And of course, on the Bitcoin chart, you zoom out even further and you look at the weekly, and you see that Bitcoin is below this 200-week moving average. And so it closed below last night, and the week has started up a little bit in green, but still below that 200-week moving average. So that is what is, that's what's going on with Bitcoin. Now, how's Bitcoin going to look going forward? This is what people are guessing. It's like, well, we got these zones, right? We got a resistance zone and we have a support zone. Support zone is at 62, resistance is up at 66 as Bitcoin is bouncing cleanly. So will Bitcoin come up and retest 66 to 67 resistance? And I'm thinking it probably doesn't have the support to get up back to that resistance. And so we're going to end up looking at this sort of downward sloping resistance line. And we'll take a look at that on the live streams. Bitcoin cycle bottom was 57K, again, 57,495. Good luck waiting for 30K book market, which is what I'm kind of saying too. It's like, RSI is down. Bitcoin price probably bottomed already, in my opinion, but that doesn't mean Dogecoin has bottomed yet. Dogecoin, because it has lost more in relation to Bitcoin and isn't that far from the cycle bottom so far at 0.06767 for Doge, we could still see Doge hit a new cycle low while Bitcoin does not. That could happen. Ben Cowan, Bitcoin just closed below the 200-week moving average. What is interesting is how in both summer of 22 and 26, Bitcoin capitulated below the 200-week moving average and then bounced. But then gave it up in mid-August. So this is what happened in 2022. Came below the 200-week moving average, moved back up above it, but then lost it again. So is that same thing going to play out here in 2026? That's what Ben is looking at, and we will watch it as well. On the liquidity map, again, we look at all of these during every live stream. We got the heat map on, and there's clusters above and below. So Bitcoin is just trading right between there. We have up to 67, 68. Okay, there's hundreds of millions of dollars up here on shorts. But we also have hundreds of millions of dollars down here on long leverage trades from 63, 62, 61, all in that range. So Bitcoin trading right between them. The leverage trader is going to continue, and it looks like as we move from mid-August into late August, A lot of traders are coming back. Open interest is increasing because people want to, investors want to ride the wave. Either they believe the bear market is going to turn around, it's going to turn bullish, and they want to be in on leverage for that move up. But there are many who believe that October is going to be the low, and they're convinced of it because Ben Cowen said so, or history has said so anyway. They're all thinking October is going to be the low, and so they're shorting Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will go lower. We will see. Meanwhile, Tom Crown is like, where's all the money going to come from that's going to pump crypto once crypto turns into a bull? Where's it all going to come from? And right now, as we've talked about, where's the money? It's in Polymarket, Kalshi, and sports betting. And Gen Z, it's kind of interesting that 52% of Gen Zers in the past year have said that they have directed investing funds to sports betting at least once in the past year. And some of you guys have probably done that too. You've just moved some money over onto a sports betting or a Polymarket or a Kalshi or something, right? And you're gambling on sports instead of buying crypto. Are these buyers going to come back to crypto when crypto starts pumping? We shall see. But we're wondering, where's the money going to come from? Where's retail going to be? And what is going to pump the crypto market? And so a lot of it is probably here in the sports betting. Me, I'm still trying to track this whole Dogecoin and what it's doing. It's just like 7 cents. Dogecoin price attracted to that 7-cent line like a magnet. Still the bear market, summer of 2026, looking for more dips and buying opportunities. That is where we are with Doge, and this continues to play out as we go through August. Meanwhile, Ali, our friend Ali Martinez, Dogecoin is about to go parabolic. Isn't that awesome? About. I wonder what about means. Like, he says about, and it's like, is it days away? Is it weeks away? Is it months? What's about? So we've got his TD sequential indicator, which is Tom DeMark. Sounds better if he just says TD. But of course, he called this at 7.3 cents on the daily chart not too long ago. And you're supposed to buy at 7.3. And I was like, yeah, no, we'll wait till the 6s. Thank you. Thanks, Ali, for playing. But now his monthly chart at 6.99 has said buy. So whale holdings have increased this week. We've got whales scooping up Doge every time it drops below 7 cents. Whales are buying and accumulating. And we also have this URPD, unrealized price difference, whatever that is. That's like where people hold the most. And we've pretty much exhausted right down here below 7 cents. The biggest holdings have been exhausted. So going back up, we've got 7.39, then we've got 813. It seems to be a big line here of where a lot of traders are holding a crap ton of Dogecoin. That means that if the Dogecoin price breaks 813 and can get up to 8887, we'll see a lot of trading in that range. But if more buyers come in, then Doge could have a clear sailing higher, at least up to 12 cents. Eventually, the next biggest range is up at 17 cents. Again, that is where Dogecoin traded for a while, and a lot of people bought Doge and are holding Doge at that 17-cent line. So that is what we would look for once we get into a bull market. So interesting chart to look at. Interesting chart to look at for Ali. Again, Polymarket odds, though, they're clashing with the bullish Doge signals because the market only assigned a 12% chance that Doge would rise above 16 cents during 2026. So getting Dogecoin to get up to that 17-cent level here in calendar year 2026, the Polymarket bettors are saying only that's about a 12% chance. There's also a 70% chance Doge falls below 6 cents. So that is, yeah, that's a tough line there. The bears are more in control when it comes to Polymarket. Below 6 cents. Now, I'm not confident that Dogecoin is going to capitulate that low. I think there's going to be too much buying in the 6s, and we'll keep Doge up, as we've seen all summer long. Dogecoin has held up pretty well, and still that 7-cent line remains a magnet. We've got this CVDD channel. I don't know what CVDD stands for, but we are at the bottom of the zone for Doge, as we were in previous bear markets. From 2018, we had the COVID capitulation in early 2020, and then we had early 2022 when Dogecoin bottomed, and here we are 2026, and we are at the bottom as well. So that's where we are as we're trying to round out the summer of 2026, and then here's the Dogecoin downward trend line resistance. Long term, this is for the whole cycle here, the whole bear market, trend line resistance down, and we're getting to that point, at that point where there's going to be a breakout, and here we are just bottoming out right at 7 cents. Yeah, we get down to 6.9, 6.96, and the buyers come back in. The whales are accumulating in this range. The breakout, is it going to be a big bullish breakout up to 17 cents? Is that going to happen this year? I think this is going to kind of bleed out again sideways into September, and then into October we'll start looking at some kind of move, and we'll be exploring that as we go further. For now, Dogecoin is again hovering right around the 7-cent line, and we look for a bullish breakout ahead, but we got to get through the end of the bear market. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about bullish news for Doge and accumulation on the dips? Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.